Good morning, and welcome to the Holston Valley Unitarian Universalist Virtual Church. My name is Tom Burns, and even though we cannot physically get together this morning, I'm glad we can get together through this pre-recorded virtual service. Today, David Cashton will be speaking about insights he's had while considering wishes for the life of his new granddaughter. David became a member of our church in 1986 after attending a few years before that. He's had various appointments on several committees and on the Board of Trustees. When we meet in the sanctuary again, you'll see David running the soundboard as he has on Sunday mornings for many years. You'll also find him on the pages of the Kingsport Times-News, where he writes an op-ed piece every 4 weeks. We're very pleased to have him with us this morning. As we light the chalice, here are some words to reflect on from poet Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. May this flame challenge each of us to cherish our dreams, which are the source for the courage and inspiration of all things worth doing. All Through the Night is a traditional Welsh folk song with lyrics written in English by Sir Harold Fulton in 1884. It has been sung by choirs the world over, often at Christmas, but is also a tender lullaby. Please enjoy this father-daughter duo accompanied by violin.
Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels, God will send thee all through the night. Soft the drowsy hours are creeping, still and failing, slumber sleeping. On my loving watch and keeping all through the night. Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels, God will send thee all through the night. Soft the drowsy hours are
We will sing Loving Kindness next. Please hold the light in your heart to dispel the darkness, to honor someone or some event, or to lift up a memory.
May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be loved. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be peaceful and
Good morning. My name is David Cashton. I currently serve the congregation as sound technician, and I'm on the endowment and stewardship committees. Thank you for joining today's virtual service. As many of you know, Tish and I recently became grandparents for the first time. I thought a lot about that event, as this was our first grandchild, a bouncing baby girl. I wrote an article for the local newspaper about those thoughts, and this homily is based on that article. If you have read the Unitarian Universalist 7 Principles, you may recognize them as the underpinning of these thoughts. Our granddaughter is named Acadia after Acadia National Park. I've been thinking about the world little Acadia will inherit. What would I hope for her? It probably is not so very different from what you might want for your grandchildren. Fortunately, Acadia was born healthy, and I hope she remains that way. I hope her parents also stay healthy. But whether or not that happens, I hope she feels loved. Even those of us who are hard to love deserve to be loved and not ignored. Elie Wiesel wrote, "The opposite of love is not hate, it is indifference." Being loved is how we learn to love in return. People who experience love stand a better chance of finding happiness, walking humbly, and doing justice. I hope she gets a good education without incurring life-sucking debt, so that she can develop interests, learn healthy problem-solving tools, and find fulfilling work in her life, and live comfortably. I hope she becomes engaged in a system of religious and ethical thought that becomes a constructive force in her life. I hope she's free to pursue a responsible search for truth and meaning. This may help her avoid moral traps, to be courageous and resilient, and encourage spiritual growth. I hope she has people who will walk with her through life. Not necessarily large numbers of friends, but good friends, people who care about her and about whom she cares. I hope she has family willing to disrupt their own lives to help her if needed, people with whom she feels a belonging, a tribe with whom she feels membership, people she can watch and learn from, who teach by example and deed. I hope she meets people from all walks of life with differing backgrounds and beliefs, and she gets to know and understand them. This will help her overcome her own prejudices and will open her mind to new beliefs and ideas. I hope she grows to appreciate the inherent worth and dignity of every person she meets. If the opposite of love is indifference, then she should not be indifferent to other people's lives and the condition of places where they live. I hope Acadia appreciates that all life forms an interdependent web, like threads in a cloth. If one thread is pulled, the fabric puckers. Perhaps during her lifetime, she will help smooth the cloth in her little corner of the world. I hope Acadia National Park and all our parks are well funded so people have places to refresh their spirits. I hope governments ensure the world remains a beautiful and healthy place for her and her children's children. As a U.S. citizen, I hope Acadia will grow up in an America where her country's leaders are decent people, representing the best of America's values. I hope they exhibit kindness whenever possible, and they cause her government to serve her and her fellow Americans well. I hope the society she lives in recognizes the need for justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Acadia's America should be strong and admired for its dedication to democracy, the rule of law, and the way it treats people under its auspices. I hope she does not need to choose between paying for medical care and other essentials. Acadia will suffer misfortune in life, as we all do. Misfortune is an opportunity to grow and become a more substantial person. If her own behavior was part of her difficulty, I hope she comes to understand that. And I hope the good people around her help her to seek constructive solutions. These are the hard parts of growing up. Violence can take many forms and can destroy lives. I hope she never becomes a victim of war or mob violence or has to bear the burden of prejudice. I hope she's judged by her character and treats others likewise. I hope she lives in a society with the goal of peace, liberty, and justice for all. Most of all, I hope she is able to lead a good life. Isn't that what we all want for our grandchildren? Come to think of it, isn't that what we should want for everyone?
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for those gathered here and those far away, for the time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for those precious days.
Our time together is nearly finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges of the week ahead of us. Please help me close this service now. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with all the world.
My name is Sarah Sanders, and I am happy that we could be together today. Thanks for joining us, and please come back whenever you like. We will post another pre-recorded virtual church service next Sunday. Please remember that our services are recorded in advance, so sometimes events move forward without us. However, you can find up-to-date information on local events, social justice issues, inspiration, and content for all ages on our Facebook page. Our postlude this morning is a performance by Wendy Hurl of the John Lennon song, Beautiful Boy. As you listen, you'll notice that we've chosen more inclusive language using the phrase, beautiful child. As you make your way throughout the week, remember these words. You are good, you are loved, we all need a little work, and we're all in this together. And there's nothing left to say except, yay, church!
Close your eyes, have no fear. The monster's gone, he's on the run, and your mommy's here. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day, in every way, it's getting better and better. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Out on the ocean, sailing away, I can hardly wait to see you come of age. But I guess we'll both just have to be patient, 'cause it's a long way to go, a hard road to hoe. Yes, it's a long way to go, but in the meantime, before you cross the street, take my hand. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day, in every way, it's getting better and better. Beautiful, 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 beautiful child. Darling, 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 darling child.